Hello, good morning, students. Already we are discussing about the characteristics of cross product. We have seen two characteristics about the cross product. Now, see, there are various types of characteristics of cross product. So, what is cross product? We have seen already. Cross products, how we can take cross products? The cross products can be written as like this. If two vectors are there, vector A and vector B, this is the angle inclination. So what about the cross product? The cross product of vector A cross of vector B is equal to AB sine theta. So whatever may be angle inclination is there, so that should be sine angle, that is sine smaller angle, so sine theta is there. And in case of dot product, which theta we apply there? Cos theta. So you should memorize, if dot product is there, then instead of sine theta use cos theta, and if cross product is there, then use sine theta. Okay, so this is the main difference between dot product and cross product. So in this case, in a dot product, what we have seen, if vector A cross of vector B is there, then first of all you should write its magnitude, that is A and B. These are the magnitude of these two vectors, and write down sine theta. Okay, so this is about cross product which we have seen. Now characteristics also we have seen, that is characteristics means what? So the characteristics about this cross product is, means the communicative law, so cannot obey here like this. We have seen already two characteristics. So third characteristic we have to discuss now. So third characteristics is, it obeys distributive law. It obeys distributive law of multiplication. It obeys distributive law of multiplication. So it obeys the distributive law of multiplication. So what is the meaning of distributive law of multiplication? For that purpose, if we are considering three vectors, that is A, B and C. So such vectors if we are considering, so write down here, if three vectors, if vector A, comma vector B and vector C, then we can write vector A cross of vector B plus vector C. How we can solve this bracket? That is vector A cross of vector B plus vector A cross of vector C. So this is called as a distributive law of multiplication. Okay, so it obeys the distributive law, means we can write vector A cross of, in bracket, vector B plus C. We can write this term like as vector A cross of vector B plus vector A cross of vector C. So this is about the distributive law of multiplication. So here distributive law is obeys. Okay, it obeys distributive law, but it does not obey commutative law, which we have seen in our previous videos. Okay. Now next characteristics is, the self dot product cross product the self cross product of vector of given vector is equal to 0. So this is the characteristics of cross product. Another characteristics of cross product. So in this case, cross product is there, but which kind of cross product is there? Self cross product. The word self cross product indicates that if any given vector is there, suppose vector A is there, vector A is given vector. Now the cross product of this vector with itself. How we can write the cross product of this given vector with itself? That is vector A cross of vector A is equal to vector A cross of vector A means what? The self cross product of given vector. It is equal to 0. So we have to prove now how it is equal to 0. Means why the characteristics is like that? The self cross product of given vector is equal to 0. So for that purpose, first of all, write their cross product. How we can write their cross product? So first of all, write down the magnitudes of given vectors. So given vectors are vector A and vector A. Therefore, we can write AA. That is the magnitudes of vectors. Then we should write here what? Sin theta. So AA sin. Angle inclination is there because only one vector is there, that is vector A. So due to single vector there is no angle inclination at all. So therefore theta equal to, in this case theta is equal to 0. So instead of theta write down here 0. And what is the value of sin 0? The value of sin 0, that is sin 0 is equal to 0. Therefore we can substitute the value of sin 0 here. AA 0 and AA 0 means A into 0 means what? 0. So in this way the self cross product of given vector is equal to 0. You should be remember these characteristics we are discussing now. Okay. See again, in this case, in cross product, it obeys a distributive law. First of all, you have to remember, but it does not obey commutative law of multiplication. Okay, commutative law of multiplication we have seen in our previous videos. After that, the self cross product is always equal to 0. So this is the proof of that. Now let us discuss about the next characteristics. Or anti-parallel vectors. Is equal to 0. So this is also most important characteristics of this cross product. So in this case, two vectors are parallel or anti-parallel. So for that purpose, draw two vectors, vector A and vector B.